Cheers. So now we are in the parcel of Grenache that we've been seeing by far, and yeah, we do like what normal people do on at around 7:30 in the afternoon, having a glass of Viognier in a parcel of Grenache. And the man with the mic here is my brother Alex, and he's going to tell us a little bit more. He's going to tell you about this parcel, about Grenache, about the vintage.
So here we are on a young area of Grenache. The yield in 2009 is quite low, but we have a very dry summer. So we think we're gonna have a good quality and good concentration. We can see that now already on the 12th of August. The veraison, so the color changing, is already done or nearly done. Here we can see some grapes where it's already done, and if we test like at the top of the grapes, some berries, they are already quite sweet and mature.
Now we might have a very early maturation this year, actually. It's it's always difficult to say, but it looks like we're going to have a very early maturation. Small yields, theoretically good quality, but it's a bit early to be sure.
To know exactly.
Oui, cette parcelle elle se présente plutôt bien aussi.
Ouais.
The Grenache, it's really one of the main varietals from the south of France. Actually, it goes and there's a lot in Spain as well. It's called Grenache there, and but you can find it. It's kind of the king varietal from the southern Rhone. Its most famous AOC would be Châteauneuf. You find a lot in Provence in general, and in the Languedoc as well, and the Roussillon.
For the maturity, the Grenache are a bit late if we want to pick it perfectly, perfectly ripe.
We usually do that late September, let's say. Late September, beginning of October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the wind before. It's this Mistral that, you see the vines moving a little bit. It's very slow today now. It's slowed down a little bit, but it's a very important tool for us to have a good, healthy state.
And Alex, what is the advantage for you of plowing these regularly instead of using synthetic materials in the vines?
Yeah, we use like cultivator, or it's a mechanic system. We just return all the soil just to keep the humidity, because we're gonna make like a very thin part of the top of the soil, and we just cut the rootstock of the grass, and we just kill it. So that make organic fertilization, and keep the humidity on the soil for the summer, like July and August. It's getting really dry here. So to keep the freshness, that's a good thing.
It's been nearly 2 months. It has not rained, so we need that. This parcel is on the quite characteristic soil of the area. It's kind of limestoney and clayey at the same time. We find lots of small stones as well. It's quite gravelly, and in general for the Grenache we work with, we have mostly limestones, a little bit of clay, a little bit of galets, pebbles, I think you say, and which are, we think, the most interesting terroir where you can actually grow Grenache.
Yeah, that's here we have different altitude between 200 and 400 meter high, and that's really help to have a good balance and freshness on this Grenache, because of the sun and the dry weather we had. That's a good balanced, I think.
Actually, you're talking about
the dry weather we had. We were talking about returning the soil. Here we can see what's happening if we are not returning the soil. the air can come in through the earth and dry the soil really deep. So that's quite bad for the rootstock. So that's why we can see on the vine we just return all the soil and protect from the
keep some humidity.
Keep the humidity and protect from the dryness.